5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're live with Neve.
All right. Here we are. Happy Friday, everybody. You're on Live with Neve. We're hanging out here. It's Friday. It's coming up to the holidays. It's going to be crazy shopping and madness and fun and all this stuff. We are here. I'm on the East Coast. We're looking at New York. It's kind of a gray. Actually, it turned out kind of nice today. I guess it's in the 50s or something, and kind of gray this morning. We had some sun, so I have no complaints. Coming to Florida in December in a couple of weeks for work on my studio tan and seeing some friends, family, musical associates, former conspirators and co-conspirators, and unindicted accomplices. We're going to have a great time, and I hope you all do too. We will be broadcasting from down there, and we have some great guests coming up, which I'll get to in a little bit. One of our guests is just an amazing guy, and he plays cello, and I'll just have to, I don't have his name. I feel silly. What can I tell you? It's upstairs, and here I am. But today we have one of our favorite guests on. Emiko is just an amazing piano player, keyboard player. She's talented, producer, singer, songwriter, just all around badass. And we're going to be glad to have her on. We've got Jules in Tampa. Jules, why don't you come on and say hello? Where'd she go? There you are.
Do I have to? Oh my word. Can't handle it today.
Yes.
I'm just kidding.
You haven't had enough computer breakdown today to keep you sufficiently frazzled, and you have to have your endorphin levels lifted a little bit. That way, you know.
Yeah, I gotta get
little
my
of
oxytocin up.
There we go. Well, we'll see. I'll tell you how to do that later. Well,
I need a
we'll
little
talk on this.
fuzzy puppy. Oh, I need a
There you go.
See, this
Everybody
is
likes pups.
oxytocin. And this one smells like
There you go.
lavender and stuff. You put this bad boy here, it's like beans and rice in them. You put this bad boy in the microwave. And
Oh, right.
Let me tell you, you can throw them around your neck. All
Put it
sorts
on
of
your
things.
neck.
And look how cute
Absolutely.
he is. Oh, so that's your oxytocin fix right there.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm getting my own oxytocin boost later. I'll talk about that on another show. Merry Christmas is coming. Happy Hanukkah to all of our friends. And I don't know. There's a few other holidays we can throw in there. There's Kwanzaa. There's, I don't know. If there's any other that I've missed, sorry, guys. I'm not paid for this kind of stuff. Any rate, rather than me babbling. What's that?
I said that's where we say happy holidays.
Happy holidays to all. Happy Ramahana Kwanzaa. I think I've covered them all with that. That works. Ramahana Kwanzaa. Yeah, that's sort of
coined by Neve, trademarked and copyrighted.
I heard that somewhere, and it just seemed to be it's appropriate, you know. But enough about all that stuff. We've got a great guest today. Why don't we just get Emiko on and just have a talk?
Emiko, girlfriend, where have you been? It's been months and so long. How are you? How are you?
I think I'm still alive. How are you?
About exactly the same place you are. I ask myself that every day.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hi, Neil.
Hi. It's good to see you again.
You as well. I know it's been like 2 minutes.
I know. Exactly. That's right. That's right. I hope to see you again shortly.
Right. Imminently.
So what are you doing? What's new? You've got so much going on. I keep seeing you and congratulating you, and you just the girl on the move. I love
it's
it.
kind of hard to keep
She's
up
hustling
a little bit, but that's the key, girl. That's the key. We're wired. We're wired like that.
That's why she is just
a
a wonderfully talented lady. Here we are, and I really feel that. I mean that I look at your various enterprises and go, the girl's got it going on. So we love having you on. Next time, of course, we have to have you play just because it's what you do. So
no, I'm sorry. I'm in the process
that's all right.
of redoing the whole studio, and it's really pissing me off. And I know that if I draw attention to it, everybody's going to see it, but I don't care. There's a crooked picture in the back,
right?
Yeah.
But the thing is, if I were to show, I would turn my screen. I almost don't want to turn my screen, but this is why I can't play right now.
Oh yeah, your whole rig is
like
disassembled.
That whole portion of the room is completely gone. There's an A-frame, 2 guitar stands, like a microcontroller utility stand, a filing cabinet, and part of a bunk bed.
Oh, there you go. Got to take that on the road with you. It's like bring your own.
Yeah, so I can't even get back there to fix my picture. I'm kind of pissed. I'm like, I have to go on a podcast, and that's just crooked. I don't like it. So
it's all right. I did the same thing here this week and cleaned the studio. I reversed the whole set.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, it's still a little crazed. My drum kit's over there, and I have a big TV I can look at across the room. And I have like 3 different workspaces. One where my kit is, one over here where all the MIDI stuff is, which you can over there.
Right.
And but it's the wiring is still in here, just like it looks like it's just been torn apart and it's not wired down. But it's all working. So once that's done, I go back and line by line, make it look nice and horizontal, 90-degree angles. Because the biggest problem when you do that is, I'm sure you know, as soon as you do that, you get some new gear and you've got to like rework the whole thing. And sometimes in that process, it's a mess or a pain in the ass.
I've been on the phone for the last 2 weeks with a buddy of mine who is production manager for a really large band, and he's got a couple studios, and he knew that my hardware company was sending me a bunch of stuff, and he said, look, before you do what you normally do, which is put it together and then realize you have too much stuff, he said, let's go through step by step and take out what you don't want and what needs to be there and so on and so forth.
Sure.
I said, okay, great. And so far, the most successful we've been is we got the filing cabinet that I hate, that I don't actually use, from one side of the room to the other. So now it's positioned right by the door, which is great, except now I can't get the A-frame all the way in. And every time I walk in and out, I stub my toe on it.
But even worse,
studio ergonomics at its best.
But progress, because it's now closer to the door, which means I can, and I was telling him, I said, I'll just take it out of the garage or give it to Goodwill or something. And I thought, but this is silly. It's been here for 2 weeks like this. I have to haul it down 2 flights of stairs. 2 flights of stairs.
Girl.
I could just throw it out the window.
Yes.
And if I get enough lift, it'll go into the parking lot that is sort of adjacent to my garden wall.
You can just kind of say that I didn't know what happened. I came home this morning and there was a fucking piano in my yard.
Kind of. It's
what is this?
I think the city frowns on dumping, and that's really
probably so.
Dumping, but it's a really nice mid-century filing cabinet. I'm sure somebody's gonna want it.
Yeah, absolutely. Let it go. Right? You bought the dream at one time.
I did, and I'm kicking myself now for it.
Do you frequent the various thrift shops in LA that you can find the real weird stuff for stage gear? Do you ever go to any of those places?
I used to go a lot, and then once we got into lockdown mode, which then became yoga pants mode, then it became pajama mode, then it became bathrobe mode, right? So I haven't been recently, but I have a couple of live performances coming up, so I will be circling around because I went through my closet with my stylist the other day, and she was like, none of these clothes fit you anymore. And I was like, is that your nice way of telling me that I gained the COVID-19?
That during COVID, right?
She's like, no, they must have shrunk from all the changes in the weather.
Oh, that was you know what? She likes her job. She likes her job, man. You know, you got to give her credit. That was a great answer.
Totally perfect.
Her nose
I'm stuck in my
started
gut.
growing like Pinocchio from the lies that she was telling me. That's okay.
Right.
But you know what's funny is because that happens with stringed instruments, right? Is
Yeah,
when
right.
they expand with the weather and the temperature. So why
Right.
not close? Right?
Sure.
It makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you have
So-
coming up? Do you have new stuff coming up? A new album or?
Oh
everything?
my gosh. Well, I don't even know where to start. So after this,
good.
I'm doing another interview, and then I have to drive to a film festival awards show.
Cool.
Because 2 documentaries that I worked on are in these various film festivals, and they've been picking up awards left and right. And I'm really thankful and quite surprised, because I didn't set out in life to be in film, right? I set out in life to be in music. And in the span of COVID, I sort of went from, okay, let's do this, which I'm still doing, of course, to, oh, now I'm like, I didn't know that this sounds weird. I didn't know that I directed the documentary for which I won Best Director.
Oh, nice.
That's always good.
Surprise. That's always a nice surprise. Do you just
my agent had to tell me that what I did was in fact direct. I didn't know, because I had never made one before. Why would I know this, right? And to me, a film director is somebody who, the film directors I've worked with have big headphones and parkas, and they sit in those chairs, and they have the big monitors and the crew around them and everything. And she said, yes, that's true, but that's for like feature narrative directing. Documentary directing is something completely different. And I went, oh, well, I know how to do that. And she said, right, that's what you did. So
congratulations.
Thank
Excellent.
you.
That is cool.
It's
like,
nice.
What?
I love it. That's really cool. I remember reading a couple of days ago, you were talking about it. Recently, I saw you posting that you up to these awards.
Festival, the film festival. This most recent one was this past week and the week before, and tonight is the awards show for it. So I'm going to the west side of LA in Friday night rush hour traffic.
Oh, fun.
But you know what, though? Honestly, if somebody told me 2 years ago, pre-COVID, that, hey, you'd be, picking up all these awards for things that you didn't even think were on your bucket list, I'd look at them like they had 6 heads and be like, no way. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm never giving up music. And then if somebody told me that, oh, but you're not going to give it up, you're actually going to integrate the two, and it's going to sort of propel you into this new space, I really would have thought, you need to check your thinking, sister or brother, because that is not how this works. And ta-da, actually it is.
That's wonderful. It really is.
Where did you guys go?
Oh, we're right here. We just wanted to make sure you were soloed out so the whole world could see your beautiful face.
Oh, well, if you had told me that, I would have gone like this.
Oh, wait. Hold on a second. Here we go. There you go. Now you got it.
Well, we're doing strange things.
You can't take me anywhere. I am a 7-year-old at heart.
That's okay, sir.
Or fortunately.
I'm hovering around 12. We'll talk to you later. I'll have to get you smoking weed and doing things you shouldn't do. Your parents would be appalled.
At this point, I just want extra Jell-O pudding cups. That's all I want.
Oh, they're
Amen.
Oh, yeah. All right. Definitely.
Yeah.
So I know you have a new keyboard, stand up, your Elisa's product. I guess recently I saw you had something, maybe a month ago. Did you not get a new guitar?
I'm trying to think in my head. Well, I have the newest one. You might have seen. You probably saw Carlos again.
Oh no, yeah, I saw Carlos.
You saw Carlos and then his twin sister Carlotta, but I can't get to her because she's on the other side of the A-frame, and I can't.
That's okay. We can't have you climbing around, no injuries. You
But the newest edition is this puppy right here, which is the new Hammond organ SK Pro. Ooh. Which came out not too long ago. I'm going to get out of the only time I ever get out of frame is when I want to show off my gear. So this is the new Hammond SK Pro, which is a fantastic workhorse and performance keyboard that they put out. It's the latest, greatest, newest thing. And I've had it for a while now, and I still haven't been able to explore every single thing that it does because it just does so much.
Sure. Right.
Wow.
I think Brian Charette has one too, if I'm not
Charette
mistaken.
I think Charette has one. There's like a small handful of us that got them before they hit the market. And we then proceeded to get hate mail from everybody else going, how come you got one?
Oh man, that's too bad.
So yeah.
Yeah, Toby Simmons was asking a question. Do you have an SK5 yet?
An SK5?
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't.
No.
I've got two ones and a Pro.
Oh, okay. I got you. Well, I'm just reading. This is from Toby, our babe in LA. Our other babe in my other babe in LA. I tell people, look, if you want to hear any of my songwriting, you'll have to call Emiko's agent for the song she wrote just for me. You never know.
I don't know if Toby meant SK5 or if she meant XK5 because we don't have an SK5.
Series.
We don't have a stage keyboard 5. We have an XK5 though, which Robbie does have.
Yeah,
and that I also don't have, but Robbie loves that keyboard, and I have had the opportunity to sneak up on him and just wee a little bit, and yeah, it's great. It's great.
Well, awesome. Well, yeah. I think it's great having you. I know. And do you have family plans and stuff through the holiday? Do you have family in town? And I know your folks.
My parents just relocated to where I live from the East Coast after so long. And
excellent.
First of all, my father has never, I want to say this in the most dignified manner possible, but being from the East Coast and being a very sort of old school family, they're very traditional. Like my parents didn't own jeans until I was in my 20s. They always wore slacks, right?
Right.
And now that they're here, my mom has started dressing like Mrs. Roper from Three's Company in these caftans, and she calls it resort style. Like
I love it. There you go.
And my dad has started wearing shorts. Bless his soul, but not just any shorts. He wears polo, like bright yellow and bright like pastel green, like wears the tropical colors. Right?
Colors only visible to Africanized bees, the kind that sting.
Yes, the colors that you think you tear open a packet of candy and go, I've seen that before.
Yeah, exactly. Jolly Rancher wear.
Yes, Skittles
Jolly
taste
Rancher
the rainbow kind of thing. Yeah, so
or when you would throw up the next night or the next day after a night of all sorts of
too much partying. Yeah. So he's started wearing those colors, but then this was no pressure at all. We had the theatrical premiere of one of the documentaries that I directed happened at the TCL Theater here in Hollywood, otherwise known as Grauman's Chinese Theater, right?
Sure. Right.
And I called my parents. I was very excited, and my dad said, okay, well, let's go. And I said, oh gosh, you guys want to come to the screening? That's a lot of pressure. That's a lot of pressure. And so they said, yeah, we'll come. So I got them tickets, and they got all dressed up. It was very sweet. My dad wore like a jacket and like the whole thing, and there were people there, and I'm driving, which you should never let somebody who's having a theatrical premiere drive themselves anywhere.
Absolutely.
Kidding.
Add to the butterflies that passion of LA traffic.
It was like somebody would merge lanes, and I'd be like, you effing asshole. And my partner would be like, well, he used his blinker, and he was also like 15. He didn't use it in the right way. Like I was too emotional. And we're just getting off the freeway, and my mother goes, wow, so this is Hollywood.
And you said,
and I was like, what? And she said, oh yeah, didn't Papa tell you? I've never been to Hollywood before, so we thought it would be fun that my first time in Hollywood would be at your movie premiere. And I was like, oh my God, no pressure at all.
Right.
Holy moly.
Where's your star? Yeah. Where's your star on the Walk of Fame? Did they start asking you that too?
No, luckily they didn't, but it was just one of those things where I was like, oh my gosh, what is actually happening here? And my mom,
so cool.
we were premiering the same week that James Bond, the new James Bond movie was premiering.
Oh,
and so there's this huge not even lifestyle, like ultra super ginormous
Daniel Craig
outside of TCL and
flexing his massive muscles.
Yeah, and my mother loves Daniel Craig, and so of course she runs up to it immediately, pushes all the other tourists aside, and she's like this, and she's like, she says to my dad, take a picture, and my dad's like, yeah, but why? And she's like, have you seen him? He's James Bond, look at him. And my dad's like,
yeah, okay.
Hi, not chopped liver, right here. Hello. She's like, no, I know. But
take it anyway. Take the picture. You know?
It was really funny. And so he ended up getting a picture of my mom looking at Daniel Craig like this, but Daniel Craig's got his gun like this. And so it looks like he's
aimed at mom. I can see the papers now. You know, mother of well-known songwriter Emiko is stalking charges. No, she's stalking Daniel Craig, right?
It's going to be Daniel Craig attempts to shoot elderly Asian woman, instead gets beaten to death by her and her cane.
Her handbag. Absolutely, right? Fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. That's like my mom.
Your parents are great.
They're just there. They've turned into a trip now. They used to be my parents, and now they're like the cool older couple that live 10 minutes away. It's really neat. I never thought I would ever want to live with or near them. You know what I mean? Like you
I know what you mean.
Folks, and then you're like, all right, bye. And now they're here, and it really is so wonderful to have them here. So this is going to be the first Christmas out here, so we're going to do something really special.
Nice.
I don't know what that's going to be yet, but
that's okay. You come up with it. You got to figure it out.
I'm pretty sure you have a vast choice of entertainment selections for the holidays out in Los Angeles, and as we do here in New York.
Yes,
I mean,
great,
I was in the city. They have all the, went by Macy's and all the holiday.
Did they put the decorations, the windows up?
Yeah, they did.
Oh, that's great. And did
they
did like the tree in Rock Center, right?
They did. In fact, we've had our first New York man story where some bozo decided he was going to climb the tree half naked. And you know, there's tourists, there's ice skaters, everybody's running amok, and this lunatic, I think he was on bath salts or some crap. I didn't. After a while, you don't even pay attention to these stories. Like I hear them on the radio vaguely, and I'm just like, it's like, dog bites man stories. A lot of those in New York.
But you said he was half naked, so I got to ask, which half?
That was
the low. I believe the lower. I believe it was the lower quarter and half.
Prickly.
God, we can. All you gotta do is just think about it and shudder. Get that down your spine. It's like those people you talked about on our last interview, the picker on the train, or one person in the bands or the tech crews, like always picking at something. Mystery. Thinking about it, was a year ago that our great idea was hatched. It was almost just a year ago to this day. And we're going to have to do it. I'm waiting for COVID, man. The roving laundry. Rockin' laundry.
The rock and roll laundry. Yes.
Yeah. We just have about 6 flight cases that can be put up, in the truck or wherever.
I love it.
We unload it. We hire hot chicks. I hate to say it, but I'm a capitalist. I want great looking women doing great jobs, making money.
Wait.
And hot stud guys too.
Hot stud guys too, who all do the ironing.
Yeah.
There you go.
In their little tiny britches.
Show me the money, baby.
They're all naked except their little shorts.
And they have to wear bow ties.
There you go.
Now, as long as we don't accidentally do extra starch to the wrong people's outfits. That's the only thing. Like, could you imagine getting an order from Cirque du Soleil, who are all supposed to be bendy and fluid, and then
that's not where I was
starch
going.
Their unitard, and they come out and are like this.
God. Oh yes. She had to go there, but while we're going down, let's just drag it all out into the gutter. Think about this when we actually. I'm trying to think of someone. Say like we get the Barbara Streisand tour.
Okay.
There's all possibilities when you're dealing with what I call eccentric people who are very wealthy and can just like find anybody in the world to replace you no matter what you do. and like say she gets the wrong underwear load one day, you know, it would be just crisis point. You know, Barbara Streisand gets the wrong underwear before the.
I'm gonna kick somebody's gonna bring this up in a couple of years and go, remember when you said this on his show? And I'm gonna go, yeah. But I'll say it anyway. I would love if this rock and roll laundry thing takes off for us. I would really love to accidentally exchange Barbara Streisand's underwear with the underwear from the guys in Maroon 5.
Yes.
I don't know why. I just think that's so randomly, ridiculously delightful.
I'm going to flip random pairs of my.
I don't know.
I think as a bonus, you listen. We could do NFTs with that. We could get like steal some.
You are a
Look,
capitalist.
I'm all about the money, man. You know, we're going for it. It's the Neve NFT, man. We got. I don't know what would Lemmy's undershorts be worth
Jesus.
if we had one pair with bodily fluids intact. And we turn it into a toothpick.
They'd be worth a 4th booster shot, is what they'd be worth.
Exactly right. Which comes in a hygienic bag with ultraviolet. We had to kill anything walking with ultraviolet light. But yeah, you can get. I don't know what we could do with it. The people who do this are doing crazy
what
shit.
you could do is if there's already fluid still in there, you could scrape.
We could clone Lemmy.
Clone Lemmy. Thank you.
The thought of Lemmy was rough the last few years, man. You know, he was getting a little crispy around the edges. Not that I mean, the guy lived. He is a rock and roll legend. He has done it, seen it, and probably had sex with it. You know, could be seals. We have no idea. Lemmy got around is all I know, and I've been told some stories which we won't recount because, you know, I gave him a few, you know, man points just for some of the crap he pulled that, you know, I didn't do, and if I did, I didn't get put in jail for it.
Congratulations.
You know, what can I tell you? You know, you do some crazy things when you're young. I like to call them, refer to them as youthful indiscretions. That's for when I go on to run for Senate one of these days, which will really be a hoot. When Neil is president, this country will swing, man. I'm telling you.
But they'll have the best looking dry cleaning ever.
They will, absolutely.
Because you're gonna take that all the way to the White House.
Hey, man, you got to have it everywhere. I think I tell you, we've got to work this deal up. It's just amazing, you know, the money and the profitability. It's sometimes the things that you think of is so mundane, like laundry. Let me tell you something. Having my shirts done and folded and pressed and shit is not cheap here.
No,
and
I know.
I mean, we could, you know, thinking about it, they're on the road. We don't want to gouge people, and we want to use environmentally friendly stuff and have everything just so. But, you know, I think you could make it. It's like there's a lot of dollars in small things sometimes, you know.
Yes.
Think about like a box of chocolate. Look at the price of chocolate. That's my big bitch for the holiday. I like really good, fine chocolate. And when I go out and buy it, I feel like I'm buying good weed. You know, I have to sniff it. And then, you know, it's like a whole, how many grams have we got here? It's to that point. There's so much good chocolate. And I'm a fiend for it. And I'm, you know, life's pretty good when that's your biggest real bitch is the price of chocolate. I feel lucky. I mean, it keeps you in perspective. Some people have, you know, I don't know. My guitar player buddy used to joke that, look, we're still playing, we're still alive, we got gigs, and if we ever don't, we can always go live in Manhattan under a bridge. And I was just like, I don't think that's my golden years I have planned here. You know, I was hoping more for a little.
It was a great Red Hot Chili Pepper song.
Which one?
True.
Their first single, "Under a Bridge Downtown."
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
True.
I always like the Peppers. Those guys are fun and always have been. I mean, you know, when they first came out, I didn't even know, but I saw their record cover or whatever. It might have been promotion for them, and they all had their tube socks on and not much else. And I said immediately,
because they couldn't get good dry cleaning? I was waiting for this.
I think so. I think so.
Had we been around,
we could have had Alex Kiedis, his
Anthony Kiedis
that he wears. I mean, it would be great. And occasionally, I don't know, you go down there. Look at it this way. We can go down if we have some of our stars that are using our services. We'll go, listen, I got to have this jacket, man. I just got to have it, Mick. Sorry, buddy. It's going in my trunk, dude. Can you sign it? I'm going to make an NFT out of it. We're all going to be rich.
And then Lemmy's going to wear it when we clone him, apparently.
There we go. No, Lemmy's assumed room temperature, so we have to clone him first.
Aren't you supposed to go to commercial at some point during?
No, we were keeping it. We were just letting it roll because we had you on. We skipped a commercial because you're a lot of fun.
Oh, goodness.
But now she's asking for a commercial. Jules, do we have a commercial?
That's rough. When the guest starts like, don't we have to go to a break? And then you're like, yeah, you know what? Probably a good time when the guest is doing that. So we'll be right back, kids.
It's Kevin Sorbo here, and you lucky people, you are live. You're live with Nev or Neve or Nevi. I don't know. I can't say the dude's name. Anyway, you're on live with him, so I don't know. I guess that's a pretty good thing.
All right. That was fun. Every time I see that, I crack up. Kevin's a real nice guy, and he's hysterically funny. And it was great to hear from him on my birthday. That was like, pretty cool.
Yeah. Right.
So we have Em on, and what do we want to do? I think we should talk some more shit. It just sounds like we're hanging. And do you have something that you want to do or run before we talk some more?
We could do that, or I want to hear more about what she has coming up, because I know she's been so busy and she has so much stuff going on. So I'd like to hear a little bit more about that. Make sure we're all on the same page. People know where to go to find Emiko, and they don't have to. Yeah.
Are we going to see you on the East Coast in New York anytime soon?
Maybe. I don't know. I need to get through tonight.
Right?
Let me get through tonight, and then we can discuss what the travel plan is.
I hear you. Well,
I know what you mean.
We really appreciate you coming on and hanging with us. And
I love you guys. It's my pleasure.
I mean, we do, and we'll definitely have some time for more hijinks and stuff. And for tonight, it's going to be so smooth. Your parents are going to be amazed and excited. And it's just going to be a great time. They're going to be so proud of you, and it's going to be fun. It's not going to be like you think.
Clearly, you've never driven to Culver City on a Friday.
No, actually, I have, and I understand.
You may want to retract the word smooth from that.
Yes, well, aside from the drive, and the drive home, the drive home, even
the drive
if
home
it's
will be better.
Yes,
I think.
But,
I hope.
You hope. I was going to say, you just never quite know what. It's like New York and New Jersey. It's a hellscape.
I'll tell you, after the first awards thing that I did when we drove to Hollywood by myself. I'm going again by myself. Nobody wants to go with me. I don't know why. I took a shower. But anyway, I drove there. So the premiere was different from the awards thing, but I drove to the awards thing, got an award I wasn't expecting. It took me so long to get out of Hollywood that when I got back to where I live, everything was closed. And so my celebratory, very first film festival, first in-person film festival
that was kind of a downer.
I went to the drive-thru at Del Taco.
Oh, man.
And I got Del Taco and I brought it home and I sat on the couch with my dog and I watched reruns of I Love Lucy on Paramount Plus.
All right.
Glamorous!
You are that's wonderful.
So, I've mapped out the Del Tacos on the way back from Culver City.
Oh man.
Because I'm like, I just don't know what's going to be open, and I'm going to be hungry. You know.
You can.
Oh my gosh.
So we'll see.
That's too funny. You got that dog stop down there, whatever it's called, the weenie joint. They have the hot dog building. I don't know.
We do.
It's like hot Pink's, I think it is.
Pink's hot dogs. Pink's hot dogs. There's no Pink's near me. I've got Doghouse near me, which is excellent, except that they close early. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. You have some excellent food out there that's definitely a little different than New York. And I love. You can find, of course, any kind of food either place that's great. But I have to say, like when I eat Latin American food, South American food out there, it's just much better than. I can't say it's much better, but there's not. Here in New York, there's the small immigrant communities, but you kind of got to know where to go. It's like barbecue in New York. It's like I came from the South where barbecue's cheap, and it's up there. You're slinging a thing of beans and some collard greens, which are not very expensive, and you go to these places, it's a $50 meal. And I'm like,
well, they make everything they make everything artisanal.
Yes, it's yuppie artisanal Mexican food or something, some variation. Yeah. I'm going to cross ethnic fusion with, I don't know, we're going barbecue with Asian Thai fusion.
Right.
I don't know. It sounds like some new.
Really good though.
Yeah, it probably would be.
Now I'm sort of like, oh wait, I like that. Let's do that too. That's a good idea.
Staying at home in COVID, I've made some amazing culinary pieces of artistry myself. You just don't have a lot, and you're like, I don't want to go to the store, but I got just enough here. I can do something good with. And hey, Susan. Susan's chiming in about where to get some good barbecue in the city.
Absolutely.
Let's see who else is joining us here. Fergie. She needs a break from Neil. Oh man, I love reading the comments here. So Susan's one of our longest suffering or enjoying the show fans. She's been with us from the early days when it was just myself, and I had really less of a clue than I do now. I had no Julie yet, and it started on an iPad and a phone. My first interview was with Warren Zevon's ex-wife, Crystal, and it's like anything when you start out, it's like your first gig and shit's going to go wrong. And I get on and my MacBook just dies and I end up having to do it with an iPad and my phone.
Are you serious?
And for part of the interview, I'm sitting here with the phone propped up and it was really awful, but it was a really good interview because I asked her, I said, well, you've done your book tour and so forth after she wrote her book. And how about I'm going to try and find a question you've never been asked. And so she's like, I doubt it. After 10 book tours, I've seen it and heard it all. So we got on with the interview, and I'm like in panic mode during the whole thing. I feel like you do, getting ready to go to the awards. I'm like literally shaking, and I never get stage fright in front of an audience. You give me a mic, and I'm off to the races.
Right.
In this case, I'm like deer in the headlights, scared. I don't want to screw up the interview, and then the tech goes down in the middle of it. So I get it all back. The show must go on.
Right.
And we talked, and the interview went on for an hour, and I was able to ask her a question which she'd never had asked. And I said, everybody always asks you about how crazy and wild Warren, but that's all just, it's like digging around his laundry. I don't care about any of that crap. I said, after you guys, the laundry theme, it's a Jungian moment here of synchronicity with Jung, and we got Warren Zevon into this bizarre Saturnalia. It's going to be great. So I said to her, when you and Warren got your first like big chunk of royalty money, those life-changing checks that people get where all of a sudden, like you're ordering better food, and shit like that, instead of heading to the ramen deck and scruffling around, you start buying a car or a house. And I said, what did you guys do? Like that first euphoria, how long did it last? Number one. And number two, during that brief period of, I call it like foreplay of a relationship with money. Great way to have it. It's always fun. And so I said, what did you guys do? Like, what was an average night at the Warren Zevon household like back then? And she said, first off, well, nobody's ever asked me that. And then she told me, of course, that they did buy better food and they could get takeout from anywhere in LA dropped off. Yeah. And she said that she knew was they were on their way to making it. And then aside from that, her and Warren would just sit on the couch, smoke weed, and read to each other, which I was like, well, that's something I did, when I was young, and my first wife and I were, young and kind of wild and crazy. And I'm still crazy. I'm just semi-wild now, but I have my days. That's all we can say. When the full moon comes around, I have to go run with the pack, and it's always fun. So but that interview, that was the first, and I was so terrified. And when it was over, I was still shaking. But it's funny, I didn't look at it for a long time, but then a year later I watched it, earlier this year, and I looked at it and I went, for all the terror and trepidation, it worked. Sure. The fact that I just added that, I screamed at my non-existent help. What do I pay you people for? It was just another way to get through the show. I was terrified. I was ready to go sweating and stuff, but it's a lot of fun. And like you found a new kind of a career with the film, or being a more active part of your roster, so to speak. And I think it's cool.
Thank you.
I mean, yeah, it's impressive, and hell, I hope to have you on next year. We'll sing some ribald Christmas songs about the laundry.
We could do a location broadcast from our laundry headquarters.
Yeah, backstage at the Grammys. We'll do the laundry service for the Grammy bands.
Absolutely enjoy that idea very, very much.
I still think that's a winner, man. It would be funny if we make more money from the laundry than anything we ever touched.
But here's the thing: is that the likelihood is that's actually a real possibility, because we could franchise the laundry service into towns where, for example, Live Nation or whoever,
all the Live Nation cities, all those venues.
That's where we could have pop-up shops. Absolutely, 100%. Absolutely.
Oh, I'm telling you, man, great minds. I've been thinking about that since we talked about it. I really have. It's a no-brainer. It's like, how many times do people on the road just, I got another 2 days of laundry I haven't done. I got to go out tonight. They give it the sniff test and go out,
Yeah, because it's not just the A-list star. I mean, you're talking about the band, the
band, the roadies,
you're talking about the roadies, the management,
the merchandising, everybody.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They all should look at least, to the high standard that the artist looks. So
absolutely. Hence our idea. We hire beautiful people to do a great job.
Yeah.
It's the American way, man. I love it. I am now the laundry king. Yes, we're at the American Association of Laundry People. Emiko and I are glad to accept the Laundry People of the Year award. Yes.
At which point, then we have to change your name from Dr. Frosty to Dr. Starchy.
Dr. Starchy. Yes. I was trying to think. Dr. Frosty. What was it? I guess it's Mr. Frosty in the reindeer, whatever his name was. Rudolph. Yeah. There was in that. With the sweaty, as my son would call him when he was little, the abominable snow beast. I want to have him hang out with us, Dad. Yeah, he's like 5 watching that. And he's just like, I'm like, well, you haven't seen me when I had long hair, son. That's me in the morning, kind of climb out of bed. And, it's not far from reality, actually. Or sometimes my first thing in the morning is waking up to like my cat's ass in my face. It's sitting there rubbing itself in the wrong direction and purring. It's like, come on, I love you, kitty, but back off,
not that way, right? Yeah,
no, I kind of launched the cat off the bed, and he comes back later. And he acts like a normal cat, not sitting there with my ass. Because you wake up and you're like, it's pretty ugly, man.
I get it. When Victoria sleeps on the bed and she turns herself around and she thinks she's doing me a service by being on guard duty, so she's facing the other way,
looking the door, right,
which is great. And then I wake up. Oh, she's mad because I'm talking about her, and she knows.
Oh, we love you, baby. Yeah, we've seen you before.
I won't embarrass you. I won't.
No, you're a good poochie. Nam, I'm going to bring you biscuits.
She loves snacks. Are you kidding?
They have some great. I will definitely be. Yeah, I will absolutely be at Nam. Awesome. I am looking forward to it and rocking. I can't wait. Got so many people to catch up with, and it's like I haven't been since the last one before COVID. I'm dying to go just to see friends and hang out. And
don't say dying to go. Not during a pandemic.
That's true. I have enough existential dread to, I don't really think about it much anymore. I figure my time is coming. I've lived through all kinds of great shit, and I hope to live another 100 years. But I just look. I'm glad to be here. I'm healthy, and as long as I'm here, I'm gonna have a great time and live well. And
absolutely,
because you never know. I mean, this year has brought so many people that I know personally. It's just I've never in my life lost so many friends in such a short period of time. It's horrible.
It's really. I will say this. It's been a very what. Go. She's literally
wanting to go,
looking at me, just going, I want snacks, and I don't have any right now.
No snacks, baby.
No snacks, no snacks, no. But this year has been, the last 2 years have been really just, everybody uses that word unprecedented, and
oh yeah,
like it's sort of been used to high heck by now, but it's an interesting exercise in humanity to see how many people,
yes,
unfortunately and tragically, that we've lost, and at the same time, how many wonderful
people have stepped up,
right? The sense of community, the sense of helping, the sense of togetherness. And it's a weird dichotomy to be in, isn't it? Like
it is. Yeah, it's a strange time, but we're going to go to the break and we'll be right back. We're live with Emiko, and it's 1:15 here in New York. It's getting dark, and I hope you have a great night, everybody. But we'll be right back with Em. See you soon.
We are the Sons of Atlantis, and you are tuned in to Live with Me.
I'm Keith.
I'm Judy, and our company is Gone Country, and we design and produce our own really unique and fun cowboy hats. Keith and I have tried to create a business that's different by focusing on what's important to the customers. Our quality is so good that we offer a lifetime warranty on everything we sell. At the end of the day, if our customers are happy, we're happy. Check us out at GoneCountryHats.com.
Take a look at the sponsored artists on Gone Country Hats at GoneCountryHats.com to find your favorite artist's hat, like Duke Johnson, Sam Rourke, Neil, Jules, and more.
We're back. Hey, everybody. Friday. Here we are. We're just a couple of weeks away from Christmas. It's blowing my mind. We're here with Em. She's sitting there going, oh, my God, I got to go soon. I got to go. I got to drive.
I have to change before I go anywhere.
Oh, yeah. Remember what Napoleon said. Don't change. Don't change. When you go on the road, he'd send her notes. Don't bathe.
Well, my thing is, I've had to wear a girdle more times than I cared to admit this week, and I really just would like to wear a t-shirt, and I can't.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. Well, I know you're going to be looking great, and you're going to go out there.
That's going to be my every red carpet photo of me.
Sometimes if you happen to get in the line, you can, photobomb somebody for fun. One of your friends who's in the line with you.
Oh, no, we're not allowed. They bring us up one at a time.
Oh, too bad. Yeah. Darn. I just like to goof on my guests. I know they're very it's proper. And
although my attorney, okay, so this is really funny in the last few minutes that we have left. My attorney, this is very Hollywood, right here, this story. Cool. My attorney's husband is a really talented, award-winning filmmaker. And he has a film that was in the same festival that was showing on Monday. And so she texted me, she's like, hey, do you want to come hang? We're gonna watch the film. And I said, yeah, sure, no problem. So I said, I'll be there at, whatever time we agreed to. She goes, great, we're gonna get there early because he wants to check the file. And so I said, okay, that's fine. And then all of a sudden I'm in the bath. Don't ask me why I take my phone with me, but I like to just, I don't know, check emails, whatever, right? And I get this text from her.
Oh, no.
She goes, this is what happens when super lawyers have too much time before the premiere. And it's a picture of her in a cardigan and yoga pants and sort of Ugg boots or whatever on the red carpet, lying down with her feet against the step and repeat backdrop. And she's like, hey. And I just thought, oh my gosh, what is happening at this theater? She said she's like, there's just so much time because we checked the file and now we're all just taking crazy pictures in front of the red carpet. I thought, oh my gosh.
I was going to say that
time and be dignified.
Oh, I'll give you time. You always got to. Sometimes these people need a little tweak. It's always
she's
fun.
so great.
Like
and
watching Ricky Gervais. He'll be the next guy.
Yeah.
Yes.
No,
yes.
The movie was fantastic, and I'm so glad that I went. But it was nice to see her having crazy fun. You know,
Absolutely.
Like it's a fun.
You know what? Fun. Life is meant to be enjoyed. And you know, if you work hard, party hard. That's my feeling.
Heck yeah.
You know.
Without a doubt.
Well, listen, I'm going to let you. I know you're getting ready to run. You got to get dressed and showered, and have a great night.
Thank you.
You know, safe travels. Flip off a few people for me. You can just assume the persona of New Jersey drivers.
Hey,
it's 100 miles an hour. Get the fuck out of the way. What's wrong with you? You're in this fucking fast lane, you crazy bastard. I'm gonna kill you. You know? They're probably going to catch me on Facebook for making a joke like that. You never know.
Yeah,
but
you do.
I assure you guys, I'm pretty harmless. I don't drink anymore. And, you know, most of the people I know who smoke weed, we're going to sit and go to sleep after the bonbons.
They generally don't speed as a rule. There's no like smoke and speed type of a thing.
No,
I've never encountered that. So
no, I haven't either. Although I will confess, having been here in New York for 10 years now or 12 years, there's been a time or two I've been a little road frustrated with people driving because they're just so insane.
Mm-hmm.
Like trying to leave town on a Friday to go like north up the thruway.
Right. Yeah.
I had to go up for a photo shoot once with the we had the what do you call it? The Milky Way. And we're out there to have to do time. We have to stand still to do the shots.
Oh, was it a time lapse thing?
Yeah, and it was totally freezing out.
Oh.
And we had this photographer who's great and talented, but she had like all the charisma of a concentration guard. You know, she's like, "Hurry up, you guys!" And I'm like sitting there.
Oh no.
And it was just kind of like the vibe wasn't happening.
Yeah.
Usually when I have these photo shoots, they're a lot of fun, and half of the best shots are when we're fucking around, you know.
Of course.
And in this case, it was cold and we're freezing, trying to stand out there in the lake and the wind's blowing, and she's like, "Be still." And I'm like, trying.
Right.
Ja, Frau Bluka.
Yeah.
You know,
no,
I mean. And I won't say any more because she's really lovely and talented. And if she saw the show, I don't want her to think we, you know, are dogging on her too bad. But, you know, hey, she did a great job and the photos came out exceptional. So it was all worth it. But I'll tell you, walking into a bar up there in the Adirondacks at 2 a.m, when you look like you work in New York and, you know, you look like a rock star and you go in this place and they're like, "Who the fuck are you?" You know, they were like, "Who are you guys?" I'm like, "Oh, don't worry. We're up here. We're in a band." Of course, we made friends and sat and hung out and got warm and then went out and shot again till like 4 a.m. It was a big ass night. That's all I could tell you. And I had to drive out of New York like right after rush hour started. So driving from Asbury Park to upstate New Jersey.
Oh my gosh.
I'm like, it was just insane. At least I was going north. It was fine until I got up to the middle of New Jersey, you know, over the Driscoll Bridge. Then it was just insane doing that. Then I got to the thruway and it was insane. It was bumper to bumper. And the girl asked me to hurry it up. And by then I had been all day getting beat up in New York, came home. I was just frazzled. And I was like, and my girlfriend looks at me. She's like, "Oh, you shouldn't have said that to him." And my guitar player's in the back seat. He's like, "I don't think you've ever driven with Neil." He's being kind of kind. I was being kind to them because I don't like to risk anybody else's lives. I like driving my car with the top down and the radio on, and my favorite place to be other than in making music or here or doing something that's, you know, enjoyable.
Yeah.
And she goes, "You need to pick it up. We might have to come home after tonight." And I'm thinking, "Oh shit, I'm gonna have to drive home from the Adirondacks at 3 a.m. Didn't work out that way. We got our hotel, and I got food before the shoot, thank God, and had it at the hotel we had rented. But it was one of those nights like we didn't eat till we got back at 3 a.m. I was so hungry,
hangry, tired,
And the sandwich was so good. It was like the best turkey club I've eaten in my life was there. You know, it wasn't at Wolfie's or any of these delis we have in New York that are just outrageous, you know, an 8-pound thing. But here I am. I wanted to let you off early, and I'm still yapping. Emiko, thank you very much. You're always
good to see you. Thank you for having me as always. And happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and everything else to you and your family. And to
great.
Julie's, wherever she went.
Yeah, she has left the building, so I better get over here and try and do some production. Oh, there she is.
Yeah,
I thought.
Hey, break a leg tonight. You're going to be amazing, and yeah, just do your thing, girl. You're going to be the best.
Yep.
Thanks for
Send us pictures.
I will.
Yeah, all right.
I will.
And best wishes to your son and you over the holidays. And to
you.
Your crazy dog.
Yeah, she's like, let's go, lady.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. You're on Live with Neve.
Hi, everybody. This is Donna Frost, and I'm live with Neve. See you soon.
Hi, this is Leland Sklar, and I am hanging with Neve, and I am having the best time of my life.
Live with Neve, Fridays on the East Coast from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m.